Good evening and welcome to Wujiang. We are 2 hours west of Shanghai, about to get underway with speed final number 3 of the IFSC season 2019. Just a week on from when the women's world record was shattered in Chongqing down to 7.101. We would have had that broken today actually in the qualifiers. More about that in just a second. No less than 8 women under 8 seconds today. And an honourable shout out as well. Amongst them was Miho Nanaka, back from injury. She clocked at 8.904. Here we can see the start list for the women. I mentioned earlier on the old world record as it stood until a week ago would have been broken today by Alexandra Rudzinska. She clocked 7.285 in the qualifiers today. She will take on her compatriot Anna Brozek in the first race. Up next, it'll be Mingwei Ni against Patricia Chudziak, Anouk Jobert, Andrea Rojas, Elizaveta Ivanova, Aurelia Saracen, Yiling Song against Alexandra Kaluchka, Elena Timofeeva against Anna Tsiganova, and Yulia Kaplina, Dinu, and finally Aries Susanto Reheo against Pei Yang Tian.
Coming next, men and women speed final.
Over on the men's side, 8 men under 6 seconds today. The current world record sitting at 5.48, and I'm pleased to say this wall here in Wujiang has been certified for world record. Aspar Jayalolo will be out of the blocks first against Ludovico Fasali. Both of them World Cup winners, only one of them can progress. Konstantin Pavlenko, second last week. He'll be in their second race against Peng Hui Lin. Then Basamar Wen will take on Thatcher Roji. Alfie Mohammed, winner last week, will take on Ian Kriz. Reza Aliposhena Zandifar, the world record holder, takes on Martin Zienski, the 2016 world champion. Vladislav Dolin against Artemy Bogomolov, and Dmitry Timofeev against Alexander Shilov, and Jixing Chen against Ziyong Wu will be the final race, an all-Chinese affair. And not taking part this evening, sadly, but taking part in the qualifiers earlier on was Argentinian Olympic hopeful Valentin Aguado.
I'm Valentina Aguado, I'm from Argentina, and I'm here competing for speed. Yeah, I really like it. Everybody says that it's not that good speed climbing, but I really like it. I started climbing when I was 9 years old, and I started to compete 1 year later. I competed in Argentina. In 2012, I competed in Chile on my first international competition. And then I started to compete internationally on the World Shoots and other comps. And the last year I competed in the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires, which was an amazing experience. And this is why I'm trying to qualify to Tokyo 2020. I started training speed the last year, and it's a really new thing for me. It's hard. It's not that easy as everybody thinks. You have to work in a sequence and try to do your best in that sequence, and you start to change different things to try to make less mistakes, and we are still learning about it, and it's an interesting way, so I'm happy to be here. It's like a challenge for me. You have to think just in your route. You can't think about the person that is next to you, because if you think about the person that is next to you, you're going to do a lot of mistakes, and you just to be thinking about yourself and try to do your best. And my personal best was in Buenos Aires with the best crew ever in my country, and my personal best was 9.9, and so I would like to be a 9 this year. I'm trying to do my best in the World Cups to try to qualify to Toulouse. I know that it's going to be hard, but if I don't qualify, it will be like a preparation for the continental competition for the Pan American next year in February. So I think that it's going to be an interesting way to run, so I'm going to train for that.
Yes, welcome back to Wujiang. We are moments away from our first race. Will be an all-Polish affair. Alexandra Rudzinska blisteringly quick in the qualifiers. Already mentioned it, but really deserves another mention. 7.285 would have been comfortably under the old world record until the standard was lowered a week ago in Chongqing. Not once, but twice by Yiling Song. 7.101, the new mark to beat for those looking to be the fastest in the world. One notable thing from the qualifiers and the practice round which we had earlier on today is that the average time is definitely coming down, particularly amongst the non-speed specialists. So while the world record's being broken, a lot of boulders and lead climbers looking pretty handy on the speed wall as well. Of course, the Olympics in just over a year's time will be combined format. Just got a slight delay here. Both the climbers appear to be ready to go. Now the spotlight finds them bottom left of the wall. They'll walk across the foot of the lead wall to the speed wall. And you can see on the right there the big screen, so they can, if they haven't already had a look, figure out who they might be racing if they were to make it through. First things first, so got to win their race. 16 will become 8 first of all. And remember, at this stage of speed climbing, unlike in the qualifiers, it is not about time, it's about beating the person next to you. You can be up there as long as you like, provided you record a valid time and it's faster than the other person's. Alexandra Rudzinska looks pretty ready to go. Anna Brozek the same. Just see him, the second spotlight finds him now as a few remaining officials make their way to the front of the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the IFSC Climbing World Cup.
After this race, we will have Mingwei Ni against Patricia Chudziak, and then it will be Anouk Jobert against Andrea Rocha, Elizaveta Ivanova against Aurelia Saracen, Yiling Song against Alexandra Kaluchka, Elena Timofeeva against Anna Tsiganova, Yulia Kaplina, Di Niu. And final race in this women's round of 16, Eri Sazanti Raheo would take on Pei Yang Tian. And finally, the climbers have to wait no longer. They can make their way out onto the stage. Rudzinska 7.285, blistering speed in the qualifying round. Brozek, who qualified 16th out of 16, clocked an 8.368 in speed climbing. The highest ranked qualifier, which was Rudzinska, takes on the lowest ranked qualifier, which was Brozek. So it'll be Rudzinska on the left, Brozek on the right. Both looking a bundle of energy and looking pretty keen to get on with this one. Big numbers, by the way, just under the names. That's their time. The bottom number is the reaction time. And you can see pretty similar reaction times from both. Brozak actually away marginally quicker, but it's Rudzinska who's fastest through the bulk of the route and clocks a 7.541 to progress. Good start from her, quick time. So 2 poles, sadly only one of them can progress. And it is Rudzinska, the clear favourite after her performance in the qualifiers. So in our second race, we already have our third Polish climber, Patricia Chudziak. She's taking on Mingwei Ni. Ni will be on the left. You can see her there just getting ready in the A lane. She qualified with a 7.971 to 8.071 from Chudziak. These two climbers qualified 8th and 9th. Mingwei Ni was 8th, Patricia Chudziak 9th. And we seem to have lost reaction time on the bottom of the screen, but both of them got away cleanly and pretty sharply as well. Mingwei Ni developed a lead. Chudziak's reined her in. It's going to be tight, and it's Chudziak who takes it. 8.028. See it again there. This is what it looked like from the top of the wall. Not much in it. Up next, two-time overall World Cup winner here in Wujiang as well, Anouk Jobert. She's taking on Andrea Rocha of Ecuador. Jobert perhaps holding something back in the qualifiers. Saw her run and it was 7.732. Looked like she had a little more than that in the tank. Rocha came through with an 8.260. So Jobert, the favourite here, but needs to put a clean run together. Hasn't always managed that this season. Gets away cleanly, she's got a small lead, but this one's pretty tight as well. It wasn't, least until Roca stumbled, and Jobert should bring this home with ease. She does. Still goes under 8 seconds though, 7.927 to see Anouk Jobert safely through. This was where Roca stumbled. It was just the placement of the left foot. So second French climber in a row, Aurelia Saracen now. She's going to take on Elizaveta Ivanova. Ivanova went really, really well in the qualifiers. Clocked quick times and looked explosively fast. 7.774 for her and 8.233 for Aurelia Saracen. So you'd have thought, again, Ivanova the likely favourite in this one. Saracen's capable of going quicker than she showed in the qualifiers. Ivanova on the left, Saracen on the right. Both got away quickly. It was a marginally better start from Ivanova, as you can see from the reaction times right at the bottom of your screen, but Saracen's not only reined her in, she's overtaken her. And 8.275 sees her through. Let's have another look. That was the stumble for Ivanova. Saracen who progresses. Two French climbers will race each other in the next round. Jobert against Saracen. Now, the lady everyone's been talking about, Yiling Song, absolutely destroyed the world record 1 week ago in Chongqing. 1 week ago, almost to the minute we were live at exactly the same time last week. And Alexandra Kaluchka will be her opponent on the right. But no doubt the buzz in 2019 speed climbing, it's all about Yiling Song. She's won both of the World Cups that we've had so far. This is Speed World Cup number 3. She's broken the world record and she's looked almost unbeatable. A couple of flinches there from Yiling Song, but you can see a very quick reaction, 0.267, but a big slip from her, and then a big slip from Kaluchka. This would be the first big surprise if Kaluchka could take it, and she can. 9.173, not the cleanest run from either, but Yiling Song is out. That is massive news, especially after her performance. The talk was whether she could go under 7 seconds here. She had a big slip, almost caught Kaluchka, and then had another slip. That was the first one, and that was the second one. It was the right foot both times. She is out. The world record holder is out. We are going to have a different World Cup winner this week. We are not going to have the clean sweep of the first 3 events from Yiling Song. Two very experienced competitors now. Russia perhaps being caught as the standout speed climbing nation. It's still produced quite a few good speed climbers. These are two of them. Elena Timofeeva on the left and Anna Tiganova on the right. Very similar styles at the start, both rock back and both got really clean starts, and they're both very close to the middle section, though they were until Timofeeva stumbled. Quick time from Anna Tiganova, 7.838. About 0.2 of a second quicker than she went in the qualifiers. She just kept it nice and clean. That was enough to see her through. She'll take on Kaluchka in the next round. Yulia Kaplina now, former overall World Cup winner. Qualifying third today, 7.684. Takes on Dinu of China, 8.287 for her in the qualifying round earlier on today. She qualified 14th, so Kaplina's third. So Kaplina will be on the left in the A lane, and in the B lane will be New. Again, very similar starting styles from both climbers, but it was Niu who got the faster start. If Kaplina wants to win this, she's going to have to earn it, and it looks like she had done until that massive slip, and it's Niu who goes through. 8.148. Kaplina gave herself a bit of work to do with a poor start and then a massive slip, and she just couldn't recover it. Let's have another look. It was the left foot. She was actually already standing on the hold. It wasn't as she placed her foot, it was as she went to push off it. She is out. So Yiling Song out. Yulia Kaplina out. Drama already here in Wujiang. Eri Sazanti Raheu now. Qualified in 6th place with 7.793. She takes on Pei Yang Tian of China, 8.219 for her. Eri Sazanti Raheu, World Cup winner herself. Just taking a moment to compose herself. Pei Yang Tian looks like she'd rather just get on with things. Very quick start from Eri Sazanti Raheu, and she's quick through the middle section, but so is Tian. This is going to be close if neither of them slips. I think Raheu will take it. She will. 8.197. She was made to work hard for that one, though. She was definitely the favourite going into that race, but really had to work hard for it. Was that the look of focus? Yeah, I was slightly concerned there might be an injury there from the look on her face. So get your choreography right, but no. So first race in the men's competition will be between two World Cup winners, Ludovico Fasali and Aspar Jayalolo. The wall awaits them, silhouetted here in Wujiang. Right behind there is a very scenic lake. It's a beautiful view in the middle of the day. Now that it looks spectacular, silhouetted as it is. You can see some of the lights in the distance on the other side of the lake. The speed climbers actually were here little over 8 months ago for their final, penultimate World Cup of the season. This is the first time we've ever been here for a bouldering World Cup. We visit every October for a lead and speed World Cup. Aspar Jayalolo just getting ready. Dito Ludovico Fasali. Climbers being clipped into the perfect descent belays. So it's Jayalolo on the left, Ludovico Fasali on the right. World Cup winners both, and only one can progress. Jayalolo much quicker in the qualifiers, 6/10 of a second. And they're both quick away this time, very tight through the middle section. Jayalolo had a small lead, but Fasali takes it. 6.06, big slip from Jayalolo. He'd opened up a bit of a lead. He couldn't hold on to it though. Let's have another look. There it was the right foot. We've got to see a lot of slips here. Conditions on the wall clearly not ideal from the number of slips we're seeing, and Aspar Jayalolo eliminated in the round of 16. Ludovico Fasali progresses. Now that man on the right, Konstantin Pavlenko, won a silver medal last week. He takes on Peng Hui Lin. Pavlenko will be on the left, there he is. Peng Hui Lin. Just feeling the start holds. Mentally getting in the right place before getting underway. Pavlenko dipped under 6 seconds in the qualifiers, 5.964 for him. And Peng Hui Lin only just over 6.028, so expect this one to be tight. Lin landed back just before he launched. He gave him a brilliant start, but Pavlenko reined him in. This will be very ties. Pavlenko takes it at 5.984. 0.02 of a second slower than he was in the qualifying round. Let's have another look at it. Both pretty clean through there. It was tight all the way. It's Pavlenko who takes it. So it's France against Indonesia now. Bassa Marwan, the reigning World Cup overall champion after one of the most extraordinary season finales, surely in any discipline of climbing in any year that we witnessed in Xiamen in 2018. So the reigning champion takes on Fadjaroji of Indonesia. Bassa qualified with 5.769 to 6.112 from Roji. Very different starting styles. Roji front on, Bassa side on. Bassa very quick through the lower section. He's got about half a metre lead. Can he hang on to it? Yes, he can. 5.889 for Bassa Marwan. Won in Moscow 3 weeks ago. Off to a good start here.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you. 好的，我们看到男子八强，30位已经确定，接下来进行第4组的比拼预赛排名。
Alfia Mohamed now on the right, won last time out in Chongqing. He's taking on Jan Kriz of the Czech Republic. Mohamed very quick again in the qualifiers, following up his win in Chongqing with the decent performance earlier on today, 5.812. Jan Kriz just over 6 seconds, 6.059 for him. So they take their marks, 3 beeps on the third one they go. Alfia Mohamed against Jan Kriz. Really blistering start from Kriz, but Alfia Mohamed seems to have a marginal lead through the middle. This one will be very tight. It's Kriz who takes it. 0.3 of a second, 6.034. Looked like he was behind with about 2/3 to go, but he just did enough. Final reach. Let's have another look. Almost too close to call. It's Jan Kriz who takes it. He's through to the round of 8, knocks out the winner from a week ago in Chongqing. Martin Zienski now against Reza Ali Porsche Nazandifar. Reza, the world champion from 2018. Martin, the world champion from 2016. 2 heavyweights. One of them has to go. Reza, the current world record holder, 5.48 it currently stands.
好的，雷萨呢是这个左手边这位选手是目前世界纪录的保持者，看一下。来宾吧。
Two world champions. One of them has to go. Who will it be? It was Martin who got the better start. You can see on the reaction time, but it's Reza who's faster through the middle section. He takes it in 5.904. Martin Zienski, despite a really strong start, eliminated in the round of 16. He's not had a great season so far, poor Martin. And Reza, I think, knew he had that one in the bag from about halfway. The 2 world champions embrace. Reza proceeds. Vladislav Dolin now. He'll be on the left as we look at it. The 2017 overall World Cup winner takes on Arseny Bogomolov, his compatriot. He's getting the timing pad exactly where he wants it. Arseny Bogomolov, he came through 6.053 to Dolin's 5.932. Both both the way quickly. Marginally better start for Vladislav Dolin according to the reaction clock, and he's taken it as well. 6.015 sees the 2016 champion through. Let's have another look at it. Both pretty clean, both climbers going pretty cleanly and not much in it as it turned out. Had to work for that one, Dolin, but he's safely through. Dmitry Timofeyev will be out next. 5.683, looking very, very cast in the qualifiers. Alexander Shilov, 6.138 for him in the previous round. He'll be in the B lane. Russia against Russia. And up next we'll have China against China. So keep an eye on the clocks. The big numbers which are currently showing 4 zeros, that is the time on the route, and a smaller number will appear underneath, that is the reaction time. Anything less than 0.1 of a second is considered a false start. We haven't had one yet, and we still haven't after the start of this race. Timofeyev very quick through the middle, ditto Shilov, but it's Timofeyev who takes it. Quick time as well, 5.856. Dmitry Timofeyev progresses. This was Shilov on the right. Not too much wrong with that, maybe a little stumble on the right foot. You couldn't live with Timofeyev. Quick time, 5.856. China against China now. Jijing Chen and Ziyong Wu. Not too far apart in the qualifiers. Chen clocked a 5.820 to Wu 6.054. So all China in this one. Who will progress? The winner will take on Dmitry Timofeyev in the next round. I have to say the form he's been on, that is not an enviable task. Different starting styles. Chen front on. Wu right hit pushed into the wall, and the slight stumble from Chen into the lower section. Needs to find his momentum. He's going to take this one, but there's a big stumble from Wu, and it's Chen who takes it. 6.438. Let's have another look at it. Nice clean run. That was the stumble that cost Wu. And it was right near the top. Okay, let's have a look where we're at with the women's round of 8. Alexandra Rudzinska will be out first, taking on Patricia Chudziak, and then Annick Jobert will take on Aurelia Saracen. Alexandra Kaluchka then against Anna Tsiganova, and then Dina Yu against Aries Sazanti Rahayu. So women's round of 8 coming up. We've already had some big surprises. The world record holder and winner of the first 2 World Cups, Yiling Song, is out. Yulia Kapolina is out. Someone must want to win this Wujiang World Cup. Alexandra Rudzinska certainly looked the informed climber all day on the speed wall here next to the Wujiang Lake. Patricia Chudziak got her work cut out as she takes on her compatriot. But we've seen a lot of slips. Rudzinska will need a clean run if she wants to progress. Slightly better start it seemed from Chudziak, although the clock doesn't really say there was much between them. There's still not much between them, but it's Rudzinska who takes it. 7.624. She's looked really fast all day, and she's followed that up here in the final. She's safely through to the semi-finals. Rudzinska progresses in a time of 7.624. So from an all-Polish race, it's now an all-French race. Anouk Jobert, she'll be climbing on the left against Aurelia Saracen. Jobert, the favourite here, based on her qualifying times and also her fantastic record as a speed climber down the years. Multiple World Cup wins and 2 overall season wins. Saracen getting quicker and quicker though. And Jobert hasn't always put together clean runs in the later stages of competitions. So this could be anyone's, but I think most people would have Jobert down as the favourite. She'll be on the left, Saracen on the right. Very quick start from Jobert. She opened up an early lead. Saracen then stumbled, and Jobert, I think if she looks to the right, will know she's got this one without having to work too hard. And she takes it in a 7.778. Not quite her quickest time of the day. She was 7.732 earlier on. She's safely through though. Anouk Jobert into the final. Mentioned it earlier on, a former winner here in Wujiang. Alexandra Kaluchka now, she's taking on Anna Tsiganova. Tsiganova there from Russia, she'll be in the B lane. Kaluchka will be in the A lane on the left as we look at the screen. The B layers await, or the B lane attachers I should say these days, await. That was a clean start from Kaluchka, but Tsiganova stumbled almost immediately. Kaluchka just needs to keep it clean through this middle section, and she doesn't manage it. She got up to the pad, didn't hit it, or certainly didn't hit it in the right place, and didn't record a time. She got there in plenty of time. It wasn't her best run by any means. You can see she had a bit of a stumble, a couple of moves from the top, but she had such a big lead. And it was just as she launched off the top foothold. Let's have another look. The left foot slipped, she tried to get on it, she went for the pad and she came up short. She got to the pad, but you've got to hit it in the right place and with sufficient pressure, and one of those things was clearly missing, and she doesn't record a time. It's Anna Tsiganova who progresses. Who will take her on in the semi-final? Dean Yu of China now on the left will take on Eri Susanti Rahayu on the right of Indonesia. Niu beat Yulia Koplina in the previous round with an 8.148. Eri Susanti Rahayu beat Pei Yang Tian with an 8.197. Both are certainly capable of quicker times than that. The winner of this race will take on Anna Tsiganova in the semi-final. Both away cleanly. Eri Susanti Rahayu doesn't quite seem to have got going. Now she is through the middle section of the route, and she's got a lead, and she'll take it. 7.828, much more like the kind of performance we're used to seeing from her. She is safely into the semi-final, Eri Susanti Rahayu. Not giving much emotion away, shakes the hand of Dean Yu. Heads inside. So men's round of 8. Ludovico Fassali on the right there, the Italian. He'll be in the A lane, taking on Konstantin Pavlenko of the Ukraine. Pavlenko fresh from his silver medal 1 week ago in Chongqing. Fasali just getting his last-minute preparations done. We've got a big hitting last 8 here in Wujiang. This is the first race in it, and it's for a place in the semi-finals. Very, very quick start from Fasali. You can see there away in 0.168, and he's quick through the rest of the route as well and takes it in a very quick time, 5.783. Ludovico Fasali into the semi-finals and looks absolutely delighted, and can you blame him?
So amazing, man.
Bassamar Wem will be out next to take on Ludovico Fasali in the semi-finals, racing against Jan Kriz. Who can claim that spot to take on Fasali? Bassa was in brilliant form at the end of last season. He's very much brought that into 2019. Consistently and comfortably under 6 seconds in pretty much every round, it would seem, so far this year. Already picked up a World Cup win. Got Jan Kriz to beat. Kriz, qualified with 6.059, followed that up with a 6.034 against Alfian Mohammed. Both away quickly. Bassa left himself with a bit of work to do. Kriz had a bit of a lead, but I think Marwem's taking it now, and he is taking it. 5.855. Bassa Marwem into the semi-finals. What a season he's having. What a couple of seasons he's having. Let's have another look. Not a perfect run, but pretty close to it, and 5.855 tells its own story. Safely into the semi-finals. 2018 world champion against 2017 overall World Cup winner Reza Aliposhena against Vladislav Delin. World record holder Reza on the left, Delin on the right. Winner of this race will take on Dmitry Timofeev or Wujiang Chen of China. Explosive start from Delin, and they're both very close to the middle section, but Reza has got a small lead and he will take it. Little stumble from him near the top, but 5.739 sees him through. Good run from both. Let's have another look. Both comfortably under 6 seconds. Reza who took it. Slight slip on the penultimate foothold from Reza, but enough to get through. So who will take him on in the next round? It will be one of these two. Dmitry Timofeev climbing on the left against Wujiang Chen of China on the right. Timofeev looked close to his imperious best for much of today's proceedings. Has a shot at converting that into a semi-final place. Explosive start from Timofeev, that really nice scurrying style, straight up the middle of the route. 5.695, quickest time of today. Dmitry Timofeev, he's looked so fast all day, and you saw it there. Very, very quick time, 5.695. That was what cost Chen. I think he was trailing already, but by that stage, but that just sealed it for Timofeev. So we've got an all World Cup winning final four. Ludovico Fasali, Bassa Marwem, Reza Aliposhena Zandifar and Dmitry Timofeev. All have won World Cups before. They are the four who will have a shot at the gold here in Wujiang in World Cup number 3 of the 2019 season. Alexandra Rudzinska will take on Anouk Joubert in the first of the women's semi-final. Anna Tiganova will then take on Eri Sazanti-Raheo. The winner of those two races will proceed to the big final. The runners-up will proceed to the small final and battle it out for the bronze medal. You can see there as that curtain flaps, the wind really picking up here in Wujiang. Ludovico Fasali will take on Bassam Wem in the first race of the men's semi-final, and then Reza Ali Porsche and Zandifar will take on Dmitry Timofeev. Yeah, wind really picking up here. It's cold, which after Chongqing a week ago, I have to say I think most people are quite enjoying. Stifling conditions there, and it was hot for much of today, but it is now pretty chilly and the wind really beginning to pick up. Conditions likely improving on the wall by the minute. So the semi-finalists will be now presented again to the crowd. Alexandra Rudzinska, Anouk Joubert, Anna Tiganova and Eri Sazanti-Raheo. There we go. 4 different nations represented. Over on the men's side, it's exactly the same. Ludovico Fasali, Bassam Wem, Reza Ali Poshena and Dmitry Timofeev. So 4 nations represented on the women and 4 on the men's.
Representing Indonesia, IFSC, welcome. 好的，现在为大家介绍进入到男子4强的选手。
There's Ludovico Fasali waving to the crowd. Looks like he'd rather still be backstage preparing himself, but it's nice for the crowd to see the athletes one more time before they come out for the semi-finals. There's Reza, Dmitry Timofeev. You can see right in the middle there, Anna Tiganova pretty much lost in concentration. Now heads in, nice touch from Bassa, initiating some handshakes from the 4 semi-finalists. This is where it gets really serious. This is for places in the big final. If you can win your semi-final, you guarantee yourself at least a silver medal and a shot at a gold. So Alexandra Rudzinska will take on Anouk Joubert in the first of those semi-finals. Rudzinska, good consistent climbing, 7.285 would have been a world record if it hadn't been for the events of Chongqing a week ago. In the qualifiers, she then clocked a 7.541 and then a 7.624. So that is actually her slowest time, was in the round of 8, 7.624. Gives you an idea just how well she's been climbing. And Anouk Joubert, meanwhile, 7.732 in the qualifiers, 7.927 in beating Andrea Rocca, and 7.778 to beat her compatriot Aurélien Saracen and make it through to the semi-finals. Now you can see our wall silhouetted. The lead wall on the left will look familiar to regular IFSC viewers. The newly installed boulder wall is not familiar to any of us. It was put together earlier on this year and I believe finished pretty last minute. It is ready to roll for the qualifying round in the bouldering tomorrow. We'll bring you highlights of that along with some interviews, and then of course we'll have our live semi-finals and finals from that brand new bouldering wall on Sunday. Alexandra Rudzinska now makes her way out into the final call zone. Ditto Anouk Joubert. Different styles. Rudzinska seems to be bursting with energy, seems to have to constantly flick her limbs to try and disperse it. Joubert, slightly more contained, lost within herself it would seem, makes her way over to the B lane. Rudzinska just going through her last second preparations, touching the start holes. Ditto Anouk Joubert. So Anouk Joubert on the right, Alexandra Rudzinska on the left. both away cleanly. Very quick reaction time from Rudzinska, away in 0.158. And she's quick through the middle section, and she's quick to the top. 7.280 again. It would have been a world record if it wasn't for the events of last week, but she's been the fastest climber all day here in Wujiang. Anouk Jobert, 7.668, nothing shabby about that, but she just couldn't live with Rudzinska, who has just, I have to say, been on another planet all day. She's through to the big final. Anouk Jobert will have to settle for the small final. Rudzinska guaranteed at least a silver medal. Who will take her on in the big final? It'll either be Anna Tsiganova or Aries Sazanti-Raheu. From what we've seen, either of them would have their work cut out. She's looked superlative, Rudzinska. Tsiganova, you can see on the left. On the right, Aries Sazanti-Raheu. Tsiganova on the left, Aries Sazanti-Raheu on the right, both away very quickly. Tsiganova got a small lead, but this one is going to be very, very tight. This replacing the big final, and it's Raheu who takes it, 7.717. 7.720, 3 thousandths of a second in that one. Anna Tsiganova narrowly missing out. Aries Sazanti-Raheu progresses to the big final. Anna Tsiganova to the small final. And that is set up for a couple of great final races in this women's speed competition here in Wujiang. They've got a few months off, the speed climbers, before they get going again in the Alps in July. Had quite an intense start to the season. They competed in Moscow 4 weeks ago, then Chongqing last week, and here in Wujiang. They do get a break after this. How any of them would dearly love to walk away for that long break with a gold medal in their pocket. Ludovico Vasali now, he'll be on the left. Taekyon Bassett Marwem on the right. All 4 climbers are World Cup winners in this final 4. Marwem certainly looked like the man to beat. Slowest time so far of 5.889. Vasali actually went quicker than that in the previous race, so could be tight, this one. This replacing the men's big final. Vasali on the left, Bassett Marwem on the right. That's what it looks like from the top of the wall. Bassett got a marginally better start there, and then Vasali stumbled. Bassett Marwem should bring this one home, and he does. 5.962. I think he knew he didn't need to work that hard in the end. 6.566 was what Vasali ended up clocking, but it was a big stumble for him. Let's have another look. He left himself with far too much to do. Bassett Marwem was disappearing off into the distance by the time Vasali really got going. But he will have a shot at the bronze medal. Who will be joining him in the small final, and who will be joining Bassett in the big final? Dmitry Timofeev will take on Reza Ali-Porshena. Reza will be on the left. Timofeev on the right. This to take on Bassett Marwem in the big final. Both climbers exploding up the wall. Reza with a very small lead, but again this one tight. Can they both clear it here? They can! And it's Timofeev who takes it. 5.580 to 5.627 for Reza. It's Timofeev who goes through to the big final. Have another look. Both clean, both quick, but Timofeev having one of those weekends. And he takes it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take 3 minutes break. 各位，接下来我们给大家3分钟的休息时间了，那赶快休息一下吧。
So we got a short break now before the small finals and the big finals. Climbers will just take a break.
好的，我们来为各位来回顾梳理一下刚刚的比赛。意大利的鲁多维多预赛排名第16。
So Bassam Marwem will take on Dmitry Timofeev in the men's big final. Then it will be Ludovico Fasali and Reza Aliposhene battling it out for the bronze medal. Over on the women's side, small final for the bronze medal will be between Anouk Jobert and Anna Tsiganova, and Alexandra Rudzinska will take on Eri Sazanti Raheu for the gold medal in the big final. Spotlights just turned down, the wall almost disappearing in the gloom there in Wujiang. We're only a week on from Chongqing. It's been a rather intense weekend for the climbers, most of them spending the rest week in Shanghai, training in some of the facilities there. All of them, I think, enjoying this back-to-back World Cup format. Certainly adds a different element to it. Who can get the best rest? Who can deal best with the travel? Of course, we had a relatively long flight up from Chongqing on Monday. This was a rerun of Rudzinska against Jobert. Rudzinska had one of these weekends last year in Chamonix. Just came out and looked unstoppable, and I thought after what had happened with Yiling Song over the past few World Cups this season, she might take some stock, but Rudzinska's really looked the fastest all weekend. That was Eri Sazanti Raheu winning her semi-final with Anna Tsiganova. That's what a 7.717 looks like. This was Bassam Marwem on the right against Ludovico Fasali. You saw Fasali pretty slick, just stalled. Still got just over 6.5 seconds, but Bassa, he's looking so strong right now. Looked fantastic for much of 2018. He's carried it into 2019. He's going to take some beating. Dmitry Timofeev, a bit like Rudzinska though, is having one of those weekends. Looked really quick. See there, we've talked about it a few times already on the live stream. 2019, you've got to get rid of any lateral movement. You want all movements to be sending you directly up the wall, and Timofeev seems to be really mastering that. Hips barely moving side to side. He looks like a piston driving up and down. And he'll have his shot at the gold medal. That is going to be some race, him and Bassam. So it should be the women first. It should be the women's small final followed by the men's small final and then the women's big final against the men's big final. Chinese organisers have been known to throw the odd spanner in the works, but that's what we're expecting to see. You can see as the curtain billows on the bouldering wall there, it is once again windy in Wujiang. Conditions, I would imagine, improving by the second on the wall. It feels as if we've seen slightly less slips in the latter part of the competition as Anna Tsiganova on the left and Anouk Jobert on the right get ready to roll. Here we go, Anna Tsiganova on the left, Anouk Jobert, Jobert on the left, Tsiganova on the right. This for the bronze medal. Jobert yet to win a World Cup this year. Nobody's won one on the women's side apart from Yiling Song. That's all going to change today, but sadly for Anouk Jobert and Anna Tsiganova, it won't be them taking the gold, but they can take a bronze. Here is their shot. Jobert will be on the left, Anna Tsiganova on the right. Both climbers rock back and then launch into action. The crowd comes to life, the MC comes to life, and this one is a tight race, and it is Jobert who takes it. 7.516. Much quicker than her previous run. She takes the bronze medal. Anouk Jobert would have liked it perhaps to be gold, but a pretty good consolation is to take third place, and that's exactly what she's done, beating Anna Tsiganova in a pretty tight small final. Men's small final now. Ludovico Fasali against Reza Aliporshen. Ludovico looks like he wants to just get on with it. Runs out to his A lane. Reza taking his time slightly more, heading over to the B lane. Just takes off his shoe covers. Gets ready to be clipped in. Will be Ludovico Fasali on the left. Reza Aliporshen Zandifar on the right. Fasali got a really quick start and perhaps put off by that was Reza, who stumbled very early on. It's Ludovico Fasali who takes it 5.856. Yeah, Reza looked like he was almost put off by the speed of Fasali's start. That was what it looked like. Second medal for Fasali, 5.856. So Reza Aliporshen Zandifar, the world record holder and world champion, ends up in 4th place. So women's big final about to get underway. Alexandra Rudzinska, clearly the fastest climber all day. She was fastest in the qualifiers. She set the fastest time so far in this final round. And she now takes on Eri Sazanti Raheu for the win. Rudzinska 7.280. Amazing to think that world record that had stood all of last season, survived all of last season, 7.32. It's been broken 4 times. Twice by Yiling Song and then twice today by Rudzinska. Of course, it isn't a new world record for Rudzinska because Yiling Song time was quicker, but still blistering climbing. For the old world record to have been beaten 4 times in the space of a week is quite extraordinary. Rudzinska now on the left, Eri Sazanti Raheu on the right. This is the big one for the gold medal. It was Raheu who got the better start. Rudzinska's got work to do, but she's reeled in Raheu. She's got a small lead. Can she hang on to it? She can. 7.313. Takes the gold medal, Alexandra Rudzinska. Fastest climber in the qualifiers. Fastest climber out of the round of 16. Fastest climber in the round of 8. Fastest climber in the big final. She takes the gold medal. We'll grab a word with her before we go off air.
Yes, congratulations. 好了，各位，那么接下来是今天我们要产生的第2个冠军，也是我们今天的比赛最后一组的攀爬。介绍一下2位选手。好的，他们已经上场。哦，天哪，这2位你知道吗？有多巧？因为世界排名。
Men's big final now. Bassem Marwem initially going over to the B lane. Back in the A lane, taking on Dmitry Timofeev. So we've got the form climber of the weekend in Timofeev, who's just looked as if he's having one of those weekends where he can't miss, against the form climber really of the previous 12 months, Bassem Marwem. Something's got to give. Can Bassett make it 2 from 3? Can Timofeev get it on the top step of the podium for the first time this season? Marwem absolutely launched at the middle section, and this one is going to be very tight. I think Timofeev might have the lead now. It is tight, and it is Timofeev. 5.597 takes the win. 5.810. That's what it means to Dmitry Timofeev. Gold medal for him. And Bassem Marwem didn't clock his fastest time of the day. Let's have another look from the top. There was perhaps a slight slip on the left foot. Nothing too major. He still looked pretty clean. Have another look. Yeah, that left foot mid-height perhaps. The penultimate foothold wasn't absolutely perfect. Just over 5.5 seconds. There is Alexandra Rudzinska. I mentioned we'll try and grab a word with her before we go off air tonight. And there we have it. Alexandra Rudzinska takes a gold medal for Poland. Dmitry Timofeev takes a gold medal for Russia. Erisa Zanti-Raheu, second place for her. Anouk Jobert takes a bronze medal. Third place for her. Anna Tsiganova ended up fourth. Over on the men's side, it's Dmitry Timofeev of Russia who takes the win. Basset Marwem of France with the silver medal, and Italy's Ludovico Fassali taking the bronze medal home. The athletes will now begin to make their way back towards the hotel, but we will grab a word with both our winners. The athlete hotel, very handy enough, just a couple of 100 meters away from our venue here in Wujiang. Hopefully our team down the front are doing their best to track down the climbers. Not always an easy task when they want to go and celebrate their victory. But we shall try to grab them.
Women's speed has been published. The general result of women's speed has been published.
See there the crowd really dispersing. We had a very good crowd here in Wujiang. You're never quite sure what you're going to get in China in terms of crowds. A very strong crowd here this evening. The people of Wujiang enjoying the show, and hopefully they will do the same over the next couple of days while we have the bouldering qualifiers and then the semi-final and finals on Sunday. I mentioned it earlier, that newly constructed bouldering wall down on the right.
Attention please, the general result of men's speed has been published.
Some of our finalists just making their way out there from the right-hand doors underneath the big screen. And we're just waiting for the interviews. In the meantime, let's have a look. This was the big final. This is where Rudzinska took it. She's looked absolutely perfect all weekend. Very quick time, 7.313. The fifth time we've seen someone go quicker than the old world record here in China. That's what winning a World Cup looks like. And this was Ludovico Fassali against Reza Aliposhena. Ludovico got himself an early lead, hung on to it, and took the bronze medal. This is a close-up of his run. Really quick on the first couple of moves. 5.856 for him. So we can see there Erisa Zanti-Raheu on the right, on the left Anouk Jobert, and in the middle Alexandra Rudzinska. Picks up another World Cup win. She's the first climber other than Yiling Song to win one this year. Now the top three men. Ludovico Fassali on the left, bronze medal for him.
Congratulations!
Basset Marwem, the reigning champion from 2018, winner in Moscow 4 weeks ago. And Dmitry Timofeev, winner here in Wujiang.
是的，各位，那么现在呢，只是一个短暂的要给我们的这个运动员亮相，稍后呢将会有我们的正式的颁奖典礼。
Now we may be able to grab a chance to speak to our winners. Someone down the front got the rather unenviable task of trying to herd climbers.
Lost and found. Who lost a blue down jacket in the isolation zone? Please go back to get it.
So we should be just about ready with our interviews. This looks very promising down on the left at the foot of the lead wall. hopefully we can chat to the winners, Alexandra Rudzinska and Dmitry Timofeev, before too long. See there, the speed wall just disappeared into the darkness apart from the two red lights at the top. Okay, let's go down the front.
Ola Rudzinski, here you are back on the podium in first again. You're really enjoying this. You come back after a bit of a break from competition, you choose your competitions, and you're always on the podium now, often in first. Why are you picking and choosing your competitions like that?
I don't know. When I took a break from the competition, I was really tired, and then I decided I will be choose because I need to be fresh on the competition and feel real good, like here, like now, that I enjoy this competition, not like, oh no, again competition.
And you ran 2 times, 3 times today in times that a week ago would have been a world record, but they aren't quite now. Have you gone in the 6s in training? Are you going to be trying to go in the 6s this year?
If I have to be honest, it's my personal best ever, because on the trainings I'm running about the 7.8 or something like that. So on the competition I'm running really fast, and I'm very happy because are my personal best or on the competition. It's really sadly that it's not a world record, but you know, who knows.
It'll come. I have that feeling. Congratulations. That was awesome watching you tonight.
Thank you very much.
That was very good.
Interesting stuff there from Alexandra Rudzinska. I'm pleased to hear Eddie, the interviewer, thought it was very good as well. But yeah, interesting to hear that she's picking and choosing her events, and also interesting that there's not much talk of her going under 7 seconds. I thought Eddie might tempt a world exclusive out of her. Let's hear from Dmitry Timofeev, winner from the men's competition.
Back on the top step. Something tells me that you like China.
Oh, China is my favorite country because here is so heat and just easy warm-up, easy climb and easy win for me.
Excellent. Now, I've been watching you and you run so fast. You've got amazing beta, but you've been making a few mistakes. This competition, every round was on the button. Have you been changing anything in training, or is it just clicking in your head?
I not change nothing, but all races today it's broken my personal best. All races. I just do third time personal best in this competition, so I just I don't know what is it. I just so happy after each run. I don't know why.
Awesome.
But it's so fast.
It's not clean, but it looks amazingly clean to us watching it. It's just in your head, maybe you feel the mistakes. We don't see them.
I don't know what I can say here.
Well, congratulations. That was amazing. Well done.
Thanks.
So this is a replay of the big final. Interesting stuff from Dmitry Timofeev, breaking his personal best with every run of the competition. Extraordinary stuff. This was Alexandra Rudzinska. This was the big final. Pretty tight all the way, both of them comfortably under 6 seconds. But Dmitry much further under 6 seconds, setting a new personal best. Well, there we have it. Fantastic climbing here in Wujiang. As I mentioned earlier, the speed climbers have a couple of months off again before they resume their World Cup action in July in the Alps. That's all from me. Do stay with us though, we will be live streaming the podiums. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on Sunday for the ball game.
始颁奖典礼，就像我们告诉答应过大家的一样，现场所有的人都是颁奖典礼的一部分。各位，你在现场的欢笑、现场的掌声、欢呼声，都会成为我们资料的一部分。非常感谢各位一起来欣赏这世界顶级的赛事。各位，这里是中国，这里是吴江，这里是澎湖高新技术产业开发区，欢迎来自世界各地的攀岩爱好者们。Ladies and gentlemen, coming next, awarding ceremony. This is the IFSC Climbing World Cup, Fenghu, Wujiang, China. Welcome. Welcome to the Fenghu High-Tech Industrial Development Zone. Welcome to Wujiang. Welcome to China. 好的，林强老师。好的，现场的各位，大家晚上好。要让来自世界各地的攀岩爱好者感受到我们中国观众的热情，所以等一下我用英文喊一遍，给点面子啊，声音大一点。Good night, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the awarding ceremony. 欢迎大家来到本次赛事颁奖典礼的现场。首先为大家颁发获得女子速度冠亚季军的选手登场。Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome medalist for women's speed. Welcome. 介绍颁奖嘉宾 ，Introducing our special guest， 国际攀岩技术代表 Graham 先生 ，Mr. Graham, Technical Delegate of IFSC. Welcome. 介绍颁奖嘉宾，江苏省澎湖高新技术产业开发区社会事业局局长袁毅女士，江苏澎湖 New and High-Tech Industrial Development Zone Social Work Bureau Director Miss 袁毅。获得第3名的选手 ，the most medal representing Anu Schumann, France, congratulations！ 恭喜来自法国的选手安努克获得女子速度第3名，有请颁奖嘉宾 ，please welcome our special guest。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员赠送奖牌。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员赠送鲜花。获得女子速度亚军的选手 ，the silver medal representing Aris Susanti, Indonesia。恭喜来自印尼的阿里斯苏珊提获得女子速度亚军。Please welcome our special guest representing the medal。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁发奖牌。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员赠送鲜花。获得女子速度冠军的选手的 winner of IFSC Climbing World Cup Wujiang China Women's Speed， Congratulations to medalist for women's speed， 有请我们的颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员合影留念。Please welcome our special guests and athletes. Thank you. 各位，此处应该有掌声。感谢 ，Thank you， 并且再次恭喜 ，Congratulations again。现场的各位，接下来为大家颁发男子速度冠亚季军。Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the medalist for men's speed. Welcome. 掌声欢迎获得男子速度冠亚季军的选手。介绍我们的颁奖嘉宾 ，Introducing our special guest， 中国登山协会副主席、登山英雄王永峰。介绍我们的颁奖嘉宾，江苏省澎湖高新技术产业开发区社会事业局副局长张宏角先生。江苏澎湖 New High Tech International Developmental Social Work Bureau Deputy Director Mr. 张宏角。获得第3名的选手 ，The Bronze Medal representing Ludovico Fossani。意大利 ，Congratulations！ 恭喜来自意大利的选手鲁多维多，有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁发奖牌。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员赠送鲜花。获得本次比赛亚军的选手 ，The Silver Medal representing France, Bassa Marwan，Congratulations！ 恭喜来自法国的巴萨马文获得男子速度亚军，有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁发奖牌。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员赠送鲜花。各位，获得男子速度冠军 ，Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of IFSC Climbing World Cup in Wujiang, China, men's speed. Congratulations to Russia, Dmitry Timofey. Congratulations！ 是的，恭喜来自俄罗斯的德比特里提莫洛夫获得男子速度冠军。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员颁发奖牌。有请颁奖嘉宾为获奖运动员赠送鲜花。现场的各位 ，Ladies and gentlemen， 请全体起立，奏俄罗斯国歌。Please all rise up for the national anthem of Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists for men's speed. 女士们、先生们，现在我们看到讲台上男子速度冠亚季军。有请我们的颁奖嘉宾和获奖运动员一起合影留念。Please welcome our special guest and athlete to take the picture. Yes, thank you, and congratulations again. 谢谢，再次恭喜获奖运动员。好了，各位，3天的比赛，今天是第1天。Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. As we told you guys, 3-day competition. Today is the first day. Today is so exciting.